Hey, Mrparka here to review a new one, Lily Grace, a witch story. This is from Midnight Releasing. Essentially what we have here is a Louisiana witch story. We have a character who returns home because of the death of his father, and some strange things start happening in the house, and he kind of goes back into the past and realizes his father was up against something kind of strange. He's not very connected to his father, definitely has some, deep-seated kind of resentment towards him. He bumps into this two-bit criminal on the run, and the witch apparently stole something of his as well, and he needs it back. These other criminals are on the are after our two-bit criminal, and essentially what happens is the main character Ronald teams up with Jake, who's the two-bit criminal, to try to stop this kind of witch in the woods with these baddies also mixed into the bunch, in for the mix. My favorite part of this movie is actually the sheriff, Greg Travis. He's been in a bunch of movies. He has a small role in this movie. He does a great job. I think he's probably the most consistent character. The film is a lot of talking, a lot of character back and forth, not much happening in here. The witch in the film is actually pretty creepy. I like how she was handled. There's way too much ADR. It's very strange. I'd say our lead character here is probably 60% ADR. A lot of voiceover, lots of him talking without him actually in frame, lots of blurry frame with talking. I don't know if there was a sound issue, but I definitely would say there was one. Later on, they kind of tend to ADR some other things, add some sound bites in the end during the dramatic climax, maybe trying to wrap up some loose ends, or maybe the audience was confused during a screening or something, but that definitely seems to set off the tone from the actor at the end, and it makes them come off pretty bad at the end, I think. You can tell the stuff they're actually saying that they're on camera is different from their ADR lines, and it's just a lot of saying each other's names in the end and adding in some information drops and things like that. So I thought the end, the ADR really hurt the climactic ending. And it hurts the performances. The lead character plays a flat guy. He's a flat character, so it comes across, well, flat. He's not, it's just not a character I'm interested in. The main bad guy, hunting him down, is actually pretty interesting. Pretty decent actor. I think he did a solid job. It's hard to tell with Jake, the two-bit criminal, due to, some of the ADR. But he does have some nervous kinks and stuff like that. He adds in a lot of the blinking. And, he does sometimes add in a layer that I think is pretty decent. The plot, I said, with a lot of the ADR and stuff like that, I think that the movie should have been more fast-paced. I think I wouldn't have noticed. A lot of, like I said, talking, a lot of discussion, a lot of arguing, a lot of people just being kind of dumb in the film. I wish there was more of the sheriff. I wish there was more action, more witch, I guess, because the best parts of the movie are very limited in here. The setting's actually kind of cool. I like the house. I like, the Louisiana kind of swampland sort of thing. There's some cool stuff out there. The trap at the end, they said, it looks pretty cool. And it does open up questioning, kind of insanity, hereditary type deal. The movie is fairly bare bones. I didn't see any things, maybe some trailers are on here and you can go to the screens. The music's okay. Really, I can't recommend this one. It's just not for me. I just felt kind of bored, and at points it did seem kind of like a chore to get through. No gore or nudity for those kind of whorehounds out there or TNA connoisseurs, I guess I'll call them. But yeah, it's Lily Grace, a witch story. It kind of had potential. I like the opening and the setting, the idea of going to an old place where you haven't been in a long time because of the loss of a loved one. The setup was okay, and there's some things in here I like, but overall I'm just not a fan. I'm Mrparka. Thank you very much for watching, and have a good one.
Louisiana. I was born here, but I'm not from here. I didn't lose a father today. I lost him when I was 5.
Do you remember the time we drove out to Louisiana?
What happened to my dad?
A witch. Lily Grace.
There ain't no witches.
No. Okay.
Ta-da!